Hey friends, I learned bike riding so I can easily commute from home to college and from college to home, I remember. At starting, I have to be very careful about everything while riding, like how to use clutch, how much to brake, and when to change gears, all this while on road and paying attention to the other's car. But after traveling daily to college on bike, I reached to that point that I didn't even need to pay attention. Choosing the right path, that when I need to move right and left. This thing happened a lot times when I have half a way to college from home, and sometimes when traffic is not there, I would reach home, and I don't even remember how I have reached home from college, because all the way my attention was on thinking something important. This was very wrong, but this happened because riding bike on the same road from college to home had become my strong habit. When we start learning something new or do something for first time, then our mind has to consciously think and put efforts. As we keep repeating that work, then our mind build a pattern of that work and store it after that. We do not need to think much or at all to do that work, because that work is now done by our subconscious mind, which is now our habit. Example, walk the way and reach home without paying attention to the way, directly going to bathroom in morning and start brushing. Our brain do this, or you can say build habits, so that it's gray matter to get free from this repeating work and can be used for other important work or for some new work. Habit saves our brain's energy, because of our brain does not need to give efforts on repeated work. These all are good things about habit, but the bad thing is that our brain cannot discriminate between bad and good habits. It just has to build habits and save efforts, and this thing creates problem to us because humans mostly do bad things over and over and not good things, because of which we form bad habits only. Like I have already told in one of the video that your habits can be a big reason between your success and failure. That's why we have eliminate those bad habits, and it's very important to form new and good habits. So now if you want to eliminate your bad habits and form new good habits, then you must first know that how habits are formed. Author tells that all habits are formed in 3 steps, in which first step is why not the one of Hindi. It is Q. In future, it may not create confusion, so I'll give a new name to Q, that is trigger. Second step is routine, and third step is reward. Trigger is something that encourages you to do good or bad thing because of which you feel like doing that work. Example, many people start smoking cigarette when encouraged by his/her friend, as friends impact a lot in our life. That's why even after refusing, just for time and by thinking will leave when I want to start smoking cigarette. In starting, their friends ask them to join them to smoke. But after sometimes they ask their friends to join them, here their friend has become their tigger. On seeing them, it feels like to smoke. Actually, tiggers can be of different type, but all of them comes under either one of the 5 categories. First, any specific place which trigger you to do good or bad. Second, any specific time. Third, any emotion like sad, happy, or getting bored. Fourth, because of others like meeting a friend or after watching TV. Fifth, just after any action like just after eating mood. After getting trigger, people move to second step routine. Routine can a small or big also. Example, after meeting a friend, going to a shop and buy cigarette from there, and then lighting the cigarette at a particular place. These all actions come in routine. Now comes last step, reward. Rewards is a main step from which habits are actually formed. In this example, when they take 1 puff of cigarette, nicotine inside, the cigarette is their reward, which makes them feel good and relaxed like this. All good and bad habits are formed in these 3 phases only, and more. The cycle is completed and repeated again. Stronger. The habit will be whether it is smoking cigarette or eating more or any good or bad work. So now arises main question that how to get rid of that habits. It is very difficult to get rid of any habit as pattern. Of most of the habits is deeply stored in our mind, which is very strong, that it is very difficult to get rid of them. That's why you might have seen people when start to get rid of, they keep control on them for many days, but after getting a strong trigger, they start doing their old habit. That's why? Getting rid of the old habit is not the best way. Instead, replacing those bad habit with good habit. Example, there was one man who has habit of eating donut daily because of eating high calories. Donut, his weight was increasing, because of which he has become very unhealthy. Then he decided to get rid of this habit. One of his friends recommended him a book, Power of Habit. After studying it, he understand the principle of that book and try to apply. Firstly, he got to know about the 3 steps of habit cycle. After observing, he observed that daily in between 3 p.m. to 3:30 p.m., he starved for donut, and this time was trigger of his habit. After that, it do not take a long to understand routine. Routine was simple. He gets bored between this time span. Then he takes elevator and go to office canteen, where he buys donuts and eat it while talking with his friends. In last, rewards was so simple. Taste and fun of eating donuts. After understanding this process, he started following second and final step of principle. Next day between 3 p.m., 3:30 p.m. As soon as he felt like eating donut, we went to canteen through elevator there. Instead, by buying donut, he bought some chocolates after that. He ate it while talking to his colleague and went back to his work. Next day again, he went to canteen at same time, but didn't purchase anything and came back after talking to his friends and came back. He followed this new process for many days while doing this. He didn't fight with his trigger, but instead he replaced his routine and reward with some other routine, and reward because of which he was able to get rid of his habit like this. By following these 2 steps, you can get rid of any habit. First step is to find out the whole 3 process cue. Routine, reward. What exactly are they? And in step 2, replace you. Routine and reward from that cycle with some other routine and reward. This might be a bit difficult, but this is the simple and best way to change any habit. If you want to read this book, check out the link in the description. Like, if you found this principle useful, comment your view, share this video with your family and friends. Subscribe it. I will share more useful things with you, usually every week. And finally, thanks for watching.